Get cool stuff for what you were going to do anyway. Drink beer. With Buy Beer, Get Gear from Labatt, you can just snap a photo of your receipt and upload it to the website to rack up points for exclusive merch. Get points for every purchase, whether you're grabbing a pint on draft, a case for a party, or a tall boy at the stadium. Any size, any product, anywhere you buy Labatt. Buy beer, get gear. Sign up now at rewards.labattusa.com.
Now, stand back for your own safety.
Steve, what's up?
Congrats on the win.
Thanks, Steve. Where Paulie at?
Here we go.
I'm checking out. I will respond to you, but I'm done for the week. I'm done.
Steve is my favorite part of the show. How's that?
I like that. Thank you. Thank you for saying that.
Check for sound.
Pleasure to be on there talking with Paulie, man. He's a good dude.
I'm an idiot. I'll just shut up and let you talk. I was trying to help.
And shout out to Tupac.
3, 2, 1, and
This is Orange Nation.
Well, hello, Paulie and Steve.
With Steve and Paulie and Paulie Sibilia.
Check the box. Good afternoon, everyone. Glad to have you with us alongside Paulie Sibilia. I'm Steve and Fonte. We've made it to Thursday. That means we'll have the head coach of the Orange on with us at 1 o'clock, Adrian Autry. Voice of the Orange, Matt Park, 1:30. Plus, we'll mix in your phone calls throughout at 315-437-7644. Back at it again, Paulie. How are we today?
I'm great.
How was
Couldn't be better.
How was the chicken last night?
It was great.
Yeah.
It's great. Great chicken. I realized I was dumb yesterday immediately after the show because I fell for like what apparently is just a slang word and an urban legend. But I think a teacher pranked us and I fell for it.
Apparently.
Or one of my friends told me and I just thought I took an urban legend as life.
That's what I think happened, probably. One of your friends thought it was funny, and then you went and ran with it.
It's actually a slang term for it. It actually exists. It's just
It's just not official.
What do you want to talk about today, Steve? I was on Twitter last night.
Oh, it's a dangerous place, Paulie.
Yeah, and I just can't get through to people. Like, everything is accusing me of glazing the current coaching staff. And I legitimately made a post that if a change happens, this is what Syracuse needs to do to get this coach. Pay him a lot of money, right? That's probably going to be number one. Prove to him they have a lot of NIL. And then I listed other schools that could come open.
Yeah.
And the fact that they don't have the history of Syracuse University seems more important to the most vocal people than they have more money than Syracuse University. And it's a real problem. It's not just a Syracuse problem either. You know, it's a reality in today's day and age.
Yeah, in terms of, you're saying like lack of funds?
Yeah.
Yeah, we heard, Tim passed along a post to us from last night. Calvin Sampson.
You want to hear it,
I
Steve?
do. Crying poor.
Now, we participate in the NIL just like everybody else. We know what our kids' market value is. I mean, trust me, they're not starving here. They're getting exactly what the market is for them. But, we have a very poor athletic department. We're poor. We're poor when I got here, and we're still poor. We probably have the lowest budget of anybody in Power 4, and the way our recruiting is going, we have to stop at some point because we don't have enough money to keep bringing in really good players.
It's wild to think that other schools are going to have to do that too. Like, you can recruit a certain amount of people, and then you're like, well, you know what? We can't afford to bring in anybody else.
Yeah, and we've seen different strategies on how you fill your roster. I think, Miami went with a few guys that were very high paid, and then it's almost like a salary cap, right? You know what you can spend, and they went with...
Well, it's the opposite of a salary cap. It's the haves and have-nots.
Well, right, but I'm saying like Miami goes into it, or each school goes into it knowing, all right, this is what our cap is. This is what we can spend, and we got to figure it out. And they went out and, they chose to go, 3 high-priced players and then fill, role players around them, and it's worked. There's not one right or wrong way to do this, but yeah, I think you're going to see, and you have seen across the country, coaches saying that they need more. Everybody needs more. Every year they need more, right? And every year the price tag goes up. So it's not going in the other direction anytime soon. And maybe if they put some limits on it and actually put a salary cap, on schools, then maybe we'll get an even playing field. But right now there is a pecking order. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, and there's not one person to blame for any school being poor. Like, it's not the AD's fault that there's not as much money in one fan base's pockets as another. It's just, they've got to do something to even this out.
Yeah.
And Rutgers is going through it right now. They got a pretty good coach, according to,
Oh, do we have that as well?
No, I don't, but Mick Cronin came out and said they got a really good coach. They just got no money to bring in players.
Yeah, that's
an opponent talking about another coach.
Yeah, that was from 2 nights ago. UCLA and Rutgers played, and he said, it's too bad. That he's doing a good job there, but he just doesn't have the money to compete, and they don't have the horses.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Like, people got mad at me yesterday saying it's part on the fans too. It is. It's part on the fans. Rutgers has to field a football program, and if nobody goes to the games, you're just going to sink. You're going to sink.
Yeah. Yep. That's the way it is these days.
Yeah. And you hate talking about this stuff because it's not fun, it's boring, but it's just a reality. Syracuse, if it came open in a non-NIL era, would probably be a much better job than LSU or
for sure,
South Carolina, Oklahoma.
Yeah, sure.
Just in today's reality, when the head coach interviews with those schools that says, "What's my NIL budget?"
Yeah,
it's going to be higher than Syracuse.
One would think. But I think we thought the same thing to some degree with football, and they have, it seems quite obvious that they have dedicated more resources. Obviously, the House settlement helps with that. But yeah, football seems to be trending in the right direction. I think basketball, from an NIL perspective, is trending in the right direction from 2 years ago to where it is now. But obviously, more work needs to be done. And with that being said, even with more NIL resources,
everybody else is going.
Right, I was going to say they're still middle of the pack in the ACC.
Yeah, everybody else is going up. So we'll never be good again. Just accept mediocrity. Nobody is saying that. You got to beat Hofstra. You got to beat BC. You got to do stuff like that. You just have to realize that unless something is done to even the playing field, it's going to be the haves and have-nots.
I think part of what you're saying, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but part of what you're saying is that if and when they change coaches, that it's not going to be as easy as just snapping your fingers.
Yeah, the guy, like St. Louis guy, drawing a blank on his name. Josh Schertz. He's going to ask a lot of money. And it may not be even for himself.
Yeah.
He left his prior job to go to St. Louis because the NIL was higher. And he's going to go, and he's like, what if I interview with LSU and Syracuse? I got to put a good roster together. Let's see who's going to give me the most money.
Yeah. Now, do I think that is the only factor? No, I don't.
It is. The money's the factor. Like, you're not going to go somewhere where you can't compete.
Well, right. But do you think where would it be an easier place to win, LSU or Syracuse?
LSU.
You think?
Yes.
I don't know. I'm not sure about that.
Why?
Because I think the SEC, where LSU falls in the SEC pecking order.
But if you have them, if LSU right now decides we want to win in basketball, they're going to win in basketball.
Okay, but we don't know that they've decided that.
No, but if they do,
they're a football school.
If
right?
they do decide that, Steve, and that comes up
Understood.
in the interview, he's going to LSU.
Well, if it's significant, yes. If LSU says we're a basketball school, now we're going to give you all the resources you want. Yeah. Well, okay, I get that, but LSU's a football school, and where they are right now in the pecking order of SEC basketball, I think it might be easier to turn this thing around here than it would be at LSU.
Now, I think you could turn LSU around quicker if they are giving you the funds. here's another thing that I think happens. Like someone said, Florida State is lower than Syracuse in basketball and NIL. Yes, they are. They're trying, like LSU might be in this situation too. They're trying to figure out their football program. They have to figure out their football program.
Right. Football comes first.
Yeah.
Right.
And once they do, God help all the people that are just above them in NIL now, because they'll get good quick.
All right, 315-437-7644 is the number if you'd like to check in. We've got Ryan in Virginia kicking us off on the show today. Ryan, what's going on?
Steve, Paulie, can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, we got you, yeah.
Good. Paulie, you making the trip down to Charlottesville this weekend?
I sure am. Getting out of this cold weather up here.
That's right. We're getting very close to spring in Central Virginia, and John Paul Jones Arena should be rocking for this one. I got a quick question, and then I want to give you my take on coaching on some of the stuff that was said, the last few days on the show. I could have missed it, but did I see a headline that the Syracuse chancellor left for Michigan?
He did.
Hasn't left yet,
June.
but leaving at the end of the academic year.
Okay, maybe you guys discussed this already the last few weeks, and maybe I just missed it, but I feel like whoever they're going to hire is going to have a huge impact on the athletic programs. So the end of this academic year, does that mean the new person's going to come in May or June?
June, I would think.
I would think that there would be a transition around that time, yes. They have not decided on anyone to my knowledge at this point. But, yes, you would think that there would be a transition around that time.
Okay. Well, I'll give you my coaching take. Tonight, obviously no Syracuse game, but there is a game that I think a lot of people in Central New York might be interested in watching. There's a team over in Albany whose head coach we're very familiar with. They're 9-3 in conference, and they're on ESPNU tonight against Iona. I don't know if you guys have seen any of his games this year, but this is a very well-coached, disciplined basketball team led by Jerry McNamara. A lot of the talk about whoever the next coach might be kind of reminds me of the Bills talk, and there's a lot of talk about Daboll. So, I don't know if it's the best move for Syracuse to hire someone who, even if they've had head coaching experience, has had losing head coaching experience. Steve, you mentioned the other day that maybe not this time for Jerry, but maybe at some point in the future. I don't think that's even a possibility because they've already passed on him once. And I remember an interview with Wild Hack 2 years ago talking about how competitive Jerry was. If Syracuse passes on him again, I don't think he's going to be willing to come back. I think someone else like St. John's is going to snag him, and Syracuse will have missed their chance. So, I don't know what more we're looking for. This was a Siena team that won 4 games. I think they went 4-24 before he got there. Last year, he improved them vastly. This year, they're even better than they were last year. And then you look at who's on his staff. Ryan Blackwell is a proven winner as a head coach. I don't care if it was at the high school level. He was really good. Lorenzo Anawaku, Syracuse guy. And there's other Syracuse guys on that staff. It's not just those two. So I don't think it's any coincidence that J.J. Starling was maybe at his best when Jerry was there as an associate head coach. I don't think it's any coincidence that when Jerry was the associate head coach, that was the best year they had the past 3 years. I'm going to continue the campaign for Jerry McNamara. And if they don't go with him, I think you got to get a guy who's had winning experience as a head coach. At a mid-major, that's, who knows? But that's all I got, guys.
All right. Appreciate you checking in, Ryan.
He brings up another thing that is completely got the internet going bonkers, and that's should it be another SU guy? I don't care who it is. Get the right guy, right? Like there's this huge anger, like people fighting on Twitter and the internet about if they get rid of Red, who should it be? Should it be an alum? Shouldn't it be? Who cares? Just get the right guy. I got slaughtered yesterday for pointing out that Hop is probably the most prepared guy to take the job if it opens. Oh, God forbid you get the guy who's most prepared. I understand why people want to blow it up. It might be the best thing to do just to clean the house. Yes, it might be. Just get it right, whatever you do.
Couple quick things before we move on. Ryan asked if we have watched Siena at all. I've watched a lot of Siena this year, not just because of Jerry, but Gavin Doty, the former Fulton star, is there, and he's been their best player. And so we show highlights of them quite a bit on News Channel 9. I've seen more than a half dozen of their games. They are very good, and they're having a great season. I think Jerry is a great coach. He brought up J.J. Starling was the best version of himself with Jerry. I would agree with that. I don't know if it's because of that, if it's injury related. There's a lot that goes into that, but there's no question that J.J. was very good with Jerry. I think Jerry's a hell of a coach. My gut feeling is he's not going to get it this time around because of everything you're talking about. I don't think that if they passed on him this time that he would dismiss it. It's his alma mater. He loves Syracuse. Obviously, his family loves Syracuse. If 7 years down the road he's goes somewhere else and continues to have success and the job to open again, I would think again, my personal feeling is he would be very much interested in coming back and leading his alma mater. But I do think that it's down the road. I don't think it's happening this time around. No fault of his own. I just don't think it would be happening whenever, if and when this job comes up, and open whenever it is, whether it's a couple months or whatever.
That's another thing that people don't want to hear right now. This job isn't open. All right?
True.
And there's a reason it's not open right now. And people don't want to hear it. It'd take a minor miracle, but this team still has a path. And they're not going to come out and say anything until that path is gone, if they're going to say it.
Yeah, I mean
it might not. It might fair. Come. It might come to stop the chance of an ACC tournament win from happening. I think that's what happened to Hop. I think they announced his he won't be back. Firing prior to the conference tournament. That could happen, but there's a path for this team, and I kind of hope it works out.
And again, major Division I college basketball programs generally do not fire coaches midseason. And Ohio State is the exception to the rule, and I know that's been brought up.
I know, but they could announce it.
I'm with you. I agree with you that it may come out that he won't be back. We saw that with Dino, right? That they said Dino's not going to be back. They left it up to him if he wanted to coach out the last two games, and he chose not to.
And they waited till he could not get to where they wanted him to be.
Right, mathematically eliminated. Stefan in Utica up next on the show. Stefan, what's going on?
Well, hello, Paulie and Steve.
What's going on, Stefan? How are you today?
Well, what will it get to get attendance to increase during games at the Dome like it did back in the old Big East days against Georgetown and St. John's and Villanova, UConn, and bring back the Dome Ranger to pump the crowd up? What will it take for attendance to rise?
How old is winning? And the Dome Ranger's old. I mean, if you want to bring back the costume.
The character.
Yeah. I don't think, come on. That guy was older than when it was happening. I think he stopped, too, because of, knee issues.
He had knee issues, yes. I believe that is true.
Bring back the Dome Knitter. Good point, bowling ball.
I just looked it up. It looks like he is.
He's got a wiki page.
I did a quick search. It appears that is about 70 years old, just shy of 70. So I don't think he's coming back as the Dome Ranger. But yeah, winning. You're right, Paulie. Winning. Yeah. If they win, you build it, they will come. Right? Isn't that what Field of Dreams taught us? If they win, people will come back.
Yeah.
And
the Dome Ranger ain't doing it.
Yeah.
Like I could imagine the student section be like, "Who is this guy? What is this clown doing?"
Bring back the wave.
Yeah. So that comes back every once in a while.
Every once in a while, it does. Yes, every once in a while.
It just spurs up naturally.
Yeah,
it's a natural effect. When the moon pulls the people up. Don't make me get into science again. I'm not doing it.
No,
I was going to say that
bad idea.
The lunar pull brings the crowd up. Yeah, I'm out. I'm out on science.
I mean, you were learning.
I'm a dork.
You were learning about You were learning about whales and frogs in earth science. So
yeah, it's just all I'm old, guys. It all just blends together at some point. Can you remember all of your high school stuff? I can't.
No, but I know if you were dissecting, you were in biology, not in earth science.
I was. Yeah, and I still that smell.
Yeah.
Let's take a timeout. We'll come back. If you'd like to call in and talk about anything, let's talk.
All right. That was our opening drive. It's brought to you by Burdick BMW of Cicero. Phone lines open 315-437-7644.
You know what, Steve? If you buy a car at Burdick, you could go to Splash Car Wash and get it clean. Those are good people over there. Splash Car Wash. Thank you.
Back after this on ESPN Radio.
Catch the Syracuse basketball pregame prior to every game. Built by IKEA.
How's everybody doing today? Spatching the wheeze. I can, but no, I just mentioned them.
I've been told by sales.
I'm not wearing it. Get out of here. I will kill the mess. Spatching the wheeze. I could tell you how insufferable you are, and I probably will. But if you think any other radio host would tolerate the way you guys talk about me to me in the chat, you'd be blocked. So just shut up. Autry could be the next Dome Ranger, says fella Ferda in the YouTube chat. No other radio host tells people to shut up. You clearly do not listen to radio outside of this little bubble of radio. What sports radio and radio shows do you guys listen to? What other sport Syracuse media member does? Who cares? I do. If you don't like it, you don't have to listen. There's a reason our viewership is higher than everybody else's and our listeners. I mentioned them. I'm not wearing the cape.
You're wearing the cape.
I'm a professional.
You're not a professional. We know
We're
this.
on open mics.
Everyone knows you're not a professional.
I'm 53. I'm not wearing a cape.
What did you say?
What? I said, we did the Burdick BMW drive, and I said, if you got a car from Burdick BMW or anywhere, you can go to Splash Car Wash and get it cleaned. How's that, ma'am?
Professional. I said, no, you're not.
She's lighting me up. Yeah, my mom's dead. Thanks for bringing it up, guys.
Wait, what are we talking about?
People asked if Tammy... If you guys want soft, caring, you're always right radio, go somewhere else, because I'm not that guy. Good one, LA Orange. Good one. That's a good one. I appreciate that one. He told me to shut up. I'm stupid. Yeah, I call you guys stupid and tell you to shut up. You guys make fun of my sex life, my height, my my eating. Come on, guys. I'm not angry at all. I go home, I lay in my bed, I give rubby roos. I'm not angry. I sit back and take whatever you guys give me. I don't have a sex life. You're right. Make fun of it, just like everybody else. Do I say it? Yeah, when I talk to him on the phone, I say it directly. I know. I like good ball busting. Paul Simon, artist of the day. He said, shut up. Artist of the day, Paul Simon, Steven.
Steven.
I'd probably call you Steven once or twice a day. Love me like a rock.
All right, keep those phone calls coming. 315-437-7644. Let them cook.
Let's go to John in Liverpool because you can't see that far.
John, how are you?
Yeah, Steve, I've got a NIL question. The schools like Gonzaga, St. John's, Butler, that don't play football, they can put all their NIL into basketball. Doesn't that give them an advantage going forward? This NIL thing is new and evolving, but it seems like Marquette in these schools will always be powerhouses if things remain the same.
Oh, I thought you wanted to talk about.
No, I was saying, do you want to take it or?
I see.
I could take it.
Well, I mean, yes, they theoretically could have an advantage. They need
income, but they don't have they also are at a disadvantage because they don't have the football income coming in.
Right. So they don't have the football money, but you're right, they don't have to share it. So it kind of goes both ways. But if you get a school like St. John's, right, that says, okay, we're going to dedicate a lot of money to basketball, they could be good for a really long time. But you need them to get the money and then dedicate the money to the basketball program and not just the university at large. But yeah, theoretically, John, they would have an advantage or could have an advantage.
Thanks, guys.
Yep. All right, appreciate you checking in. I'm sorry. You pointed to yourself like I thought you.
No, I was like, you want to take it? I want to take it.
I thought you were going to talk.
People rather hear from you because you don't tell them to shut up like I do, Steve.
This is John in Bridgeport. John, what's going on?
Hi, man.
How are you?
I'm just calling to apologize for being wrong yesterday about Mata. I didn't really mean to say 2 national championships. I meant to say 2 Final Fours.
They're close enough.
A whole bunch of Big Ten championships.
Yeah, correct.
Because I don't want to be that fan that's wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's fair. We fact checked you, but that was okay. But no, we appreciate you calling back. He was not on my radar. I don't think he's on the radar, but if he is, he's probably way down the list. If I had to guess.
And why do you say that? I mean, he's a proven winner. He's relatively cheap coming from an A-10 school.
I think that there are hotter names right now, and I think Syracuse wants to get this right and make sure that they make a splash. And I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying he's a bad coach. I think they want to go with somebody who's going to play well with donors and whatnot. And like I said, maybe he's on the list. I don't think he's high on the list at the moment.
All right, guys, enjoy.
Did he pay you to make these calls the past 2 days?
Oh, yeah. But, paid protesters in Minnesota. I'm getting the same kind of scratch.
All right, John. Appreciate you calling back.
Yeah, man, that's funny. Big Thad Mata guy there.
Yeah. Everybody's got their favorites. And as you said, that ultimately...
And there might be somebody on the radar we don't even know about.
Correct. Kind of like Fran Brown, right? I mean, Fran Brown was...
Someone brought up Mark Few. What if he came? Yeah. Wow. Bang.
Hey, he's on the hot seat after last night. Did you see what happened last night?
No, but I'm sure we'll get a call about it at some point.
Yeah. I'll tell you real quick. They were, I think...
But can we make this a segment? This is a great radio segment that you do every day. All right, everybody, gather around the fireplace. It's time to hear Steve describes a basketball game from the night before. Brought to you by Splash Car Wash.
The one yesterday, I had never seen something like that.
But it was just a brutal description. Here we go. Steve described
brutal description.
Highlights by Steven.
No,
Let's go.
There was no highlights. Gonzaga lost to a team that I think they were like 22.5 point favorites. They lost on the road to Portland. And
Please be more descriptive.
87-80. They couldn't get stops. They couldn't score. It was a bad combination. They were down the entire game.
All right.
Trailed start to finish.
That was Steve discusses a basketball game nobody watched last night. Brought to you by Splash Car Wash.
Okay.
Thank you. We're going to have to come up with Paulie is an idiot. That's a good segment that happens every day where I say something stupid and completely wrong.
I'm sorry that I watch a lot of college basketball.
No, it's fun. It's fun.
And I tend to watch the games late at night because I'm just getting off of work and, I want to unwind. And that's one way I unwind is watching basketball.
What if we call it Guess You Had to Be There by Steve with Steve and Fonte, and then you describe a basketball game?
Whatever you want, Paulie. It's your world. 315-437-7644.
That was Guess You Had to Be There, brought to you by Steve and Fonte and Splash Car Wash. Thank you.
We'll take a timeout. Adrian Autry coming up at 1, Matt Park 1:30. We're back after this on ESPN Radio.
Scooters, that was like the bat signal. The scooter did so like a giant G just went up in the air. Gonzaga. What would you like to ask him, Ghost of G-Rob? No, LA Orange, he will be there, and so will Donnie Freeman. So come on out. When I was starting in radio to get on the air, I went through a car wash in the back of a pickup truck in the winter, Steve.
I remember you telling me that.
I would have done anything to get on the air because I was a go-getter and too stupid to go get a degree about it. My dad told me he's not paying for me to get a degree in radio and broadcasting.
Worked out okay.
Yeah.
Better than okay.
That's something about the new chancellor we don't know. Steve doesn't know. It's just the new chancellor might be tighter than the last one when it comes to sports. You guys just brace yourself.
9 TVs for your favorite national and local sports, plus live entertainment on the weekend. So if you love Taco Bell, get ready to love it more with Manlius Cantina by Taco Bell.
No, I'm going to get the roast beef panini again. That was so good at the Wildcat.
Yeah, I have no information about if they've decided on a new chancellor or not. I'm pretty sure that the process is still ongoing, but I don't know that for sure.
It sucked. Don't ever do that. If I can tell you one thing, and you should listen to me, don't go through the car wash on the outside of a car in the winter. I'm going to get a soda pop.
Soda pop. You from Western New York?
The owner of Top Notch Roofing. Your home's roof is what protects it most from our harshest weather conditions. And this is Jim Behan. If you need roofing work done, Top Notch Roofing is your first choice in Central New York. With over 20 years of service to our friends and neighbors, Top Notch Roofing has earned their trust and respect. If you need roofing repairs or replacement or any construction.
How's my neck? It's okay at the moment. Appreciate you asking. Sure.
Outrageous.
Oh, yeah. I meant to eat. I was going to eat that before the show, but I was on the phone.
Think how many starving horses there are because you have an outrageous bar. There's a huge patch of blood, and like it comes out in oatmeal and stone form. Thank you. And I just do it like a man. I grunt, "Urgh!" and the stones come out. I do remember cases and kegs. Paul Simon, this is a wholesome song, Steve. Mother and child reunion. What is that noise? Is that like a guitar?
I don't know.
Was it an oboe? You think that's an oboe?
Name the instrument.
It sounded cool, whatever it was. I don't hate Paul Simon. I don't hate anybody, Steve. I want the best for everybody. That's my segment. You want to do a segment on just how great everybody is?
I think we could use some positivity.
How rationally everybody's handling what's going on with Syracuse basketball. Just such rational thoughts happening everywhere.
People are frustrated.
I get it, but it's basketball.
Yeah.
It's just basketball. Have your marches been a little less boring or more boring than normal? Yeah. Yeah, they have. They have been. And I'm sorry that's happening to you.
Happening to me?
Yeah, all of us. I'm sorry it's happening. Just trying to rationalize everything.
Let's go to the phone lines. Yes, apparently the bat signal did go out.
Oh, for God's sake.
When we talk Gonzaga basketball. Here's,
I'm trying to
Scooter.
Hey, Paulie, just want to jab you before you go to Virginia. You guys are talking about Mark Few, I think it's tongue-in-cheek coming to Syracuse. He actually, 2 years ago, did the Jim Boeheim coaching rating. To be honest, I thought that he would be gone by now because I don't think the transfer portal fits his coaching style because he develops players. A lot of players go their freshman redshirt and get better by sitting, and you can't do that now. So, but I will say this though: if you send him up the Adirondacks for a weekend, you might entice him to come here because he loves fly fishing and everything else, and stuff like that. And Paulie, you keep talking about people want to blow up the program. Isn't that what transfer portal is? I mean, every year it's basically a blow up. We got 2 players from last year's team.
Yeah.
Just because of that, and Oklahoma has all 5 new starters because all 5 transferred out. So, and they made the tournament last year. So that's the way you got to go. Is basically you might have to blow it up every year. You got to bring in the right coach.
Thank you, Scooter. That was a great call. Brilliant.
He didn't even really talk Gonzaga.
I know. It was brilliant. I'm just changing my ways today, Steve. Let's see.
No, you're not. You're still snarky.
Let's see how many people want to watch this show. That was brilliant. Loved his takes. Great call. You could call in next, 315-437-7644. I would love to hear your brilliant takes because nobody's wrong on Orange Nation, Steve.
You're snarky.
No, it's
you are.
the no pushback episode. It's a no pushback. It's a no pushback Thursday from on Orange Nation. What do you think of that? Would you think we should do that every day? It's a no pushback Thursday. Whatever you say is correct on Orange Nation. Call in. Say your piece.
No, that wouldn't be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and if a new coach comes in, he may want to retain some of the current players too. That's a thing. I don't get this disdain, though, that I'm seeing from certain people. Like, well, how is Coach Boeheim still catching shrapnel on this? Like, he didn't do that. Like, he set the bar you guys are all pissed about. Like, just step back and think before you say things.
As I said, people are frustrated.
A new coach is probably going to embrace Coach Boeheim also. Guys, just calm down. Just get the right guy if you're making the change.
Yeah, I mean, you said it earlier, and that's easier said than done, right? Just get the right guy, but I'm with you on that. Whether it's a Cuse guy, not a Cuse guy, you got to get the right guy to get this thing back on track. If and when it comes open. As you pointed out earlier, it is not open yet.
All right. People are pissed about the Boeheim decline and Autry acceleration. Yeah, it happened. The Boeheim decline happened because of the Boeheim greatness. Let's go to Jeff in Syracuse.
Jeff, how are you today?
I'm doing great.
What do you got for us?
I don't know if I'm late to the party, but I listen as much as I can when I'm on the road. Matt Lango from Colgate has done a great job the last couple of years. I don't know if anybody's throwing his name out there.
Nobody. No, Paulie's being sarcastic. Yeah,
no, that's a brilliant take. Thank you.
His name's popped up a few times.
Never heard that name. That's brilliant, fresh. That's fresh and exciting.
I don't know if it's been mentioned, and I just wasn't. I don't get to listen to you all the time. I can't get you everywhere I go in the car, but
don't apologize to Paulie. It's totally fine. Paulie's just being snarky as he normally is.
Yeah. So I don't know if he's available or if he's interested, but I mean, he seems to be a guy that gets them in the tournament every year and does a good job.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt that he's had a great run at Colgate, and I don't know. We appreciate the call.
Winning the Patriot League is such a different world.
I don't know why you hate on him though.
I don't hate on him.
He's a good coach.
He's a good coach. He's a good dude. It's just that is the least exciting of a hire that I could imagine.
I know that you're not excited about it. I don't think that he's getting the job.
If he's the right guy, I will support him. Let's go.
Yeah.
From the get-go. Even if he's not, if they hire him, let's go. I hope you're the best for him. I hope he wins every game and they erase Jim Boeheim's name off the court and replace it with his. That's what I want.
I don't think Matt Lango's getting the job, but every time his name comes up, you roll your eyes, which I don't totally understand.
No,
he's a very good coach.
It's just a rinse and repeat, though. It's like, okay, we get it. You want Lango, let's go. You want Jerry, let's go. All right, come up with something new. Let's hear it. Give me something fresh. Give me exciting. Think outside the box. Give me a name that's outside the box that's doable.
Okay. Well, I mean, both of those names are doable, I would think.
Is it outside the box?
No, it's not outside the box. I just don't know why you roll your eyes when people bring up Matt Lango.
Because I'm just tired. I'm just tired. It's Groundhog Day on this show.
Yeah.
That's why.
All right.
Could somebody say shirts, please?
What do you mean?
That'd be a great code.
Oh, because we've heard that before?
Yes. Okay. Come on, give me something new here.
Scott in Pennsylvania.
Let's go.
Scott, how are you today?
Quick football point before we talk basketball. I'm driving around the Philadelphia area, and the name Juan Castillo keeps coming up. So I don't know if you saw this or talked about it. The Eagles, their offensive line coach, who was very well respected, he just quit. And I heard the Giants are looking for one, too. So beware. We might have another one walking out before he even gets here.
Yes. What was the second point you wanted to make, Scott?
Second point I wanted to make was, all the NIL talk, we all agree, college basketball, it's ruined, right? So the person we needs to outperform their benchmark, right? If you think about your mutual funds, like what are you trying to beat? So if we say that Syracuse is 6 through 10 in NIL, then the person we hire, their benchmark should be to finish 6th or 5th. That would be success. But once you hear Kelvin Sampson talking about it, everybody but the top dog is always going to say they don't have enough money. So it's just a maddening conversation, and we got to let it go. The sport is ruined, and now we just got to redefine success and go from there.
Yeah, I mean, I know there are a lot of people who feel like that. It's different. There's no doubt about it.
I'm one of them.
And
I hate this.
I don't know that anybody really likes it. I guess if you're winning, you like it. I guess Indiana football fans probably like it right now. But it's a whole different world.
Steve, this is a brilliant outside the box take. Here's a name. It's an old regurgitated name, but never been mentioned here. How would Syracuse fans react to Steve Alford?
It's funny. I thought about that the other night when I was watching them play. I was like, wouldn't that be something?
Talk about a full circle moment.
Yeah, right. So, real quick before we get to our next caller, I see a snarky comment in the chat about Lango. Oh, he's a great coach. He went 14 and 19. Look at the 6 years prior to that, okay? I mean, regular season. Listen, I understand
when you
it's the
get the
Patriot
right
League.
guys in the Patriot League and they stick around, you're going to win games.
And right now with NIL, last year they lost a bunch of guys. They transferred out of the program. I mean, they got one playing. Speaking of Gonzaga, their best player from last year is playing at Gonzaga right now. He's a great coach, and he had a bad year. Let's go back to the phone lines. Who's that? Joe? Joe in Liverpool's up next. Joe, what's going on?
Not much. How you guys doing?
All right. How are you?
Good. I wanted to throw a couple names in there. Don't know if they've been mentioned before, but Jerry, of course.
Never
Jay
heard
Billis.
that one. Go ahead. Jay Billis. That's he's not coaching anybody though. Like it is outside the box.
That is outside the box. Yes.
And NIL limits, $100,000 a year for every kid who's never had any money is plenty.
All right.
Yeah. It's unfortunate that that's what it's come to now, right? But it is. It's about dollars and cents for.
That's what it
for a lot of
started
players.
as, Steve. Is we got to pay the players, right? The coaches can leave; they can do what they want. We got to pay the players. Like, is that not a good salary for a kid? Like, if you took the rev share, you took the private donors out, right, and you just gave everybody $100,000, is that too much?
Is it too much?
Or is that, isn't that fair? It evens the playing field with everybody. Or if you just had a set amount.
Well, you say you give everyone. So you give the star player and the 12th guy
like just
same amount?
Yeah. Everybody gets paid.
I don't know. I mean, yes, you're paying the players, but that's not going to then you're going to have cheating again, right? I mean, and there probably is some cheating going on right now, but the cheating would ramp back up if your star player is getting the same as the 12th guy on the bench. And are you saying all schools too? Like
all schools.
So then you go back to the problems that were rampant before are going to be rampant again.
You cheating?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the answer. I'm not smart. Paulie asked for an outside the box answer. Gets sarcastic. I was not sarcastic at all. Jay Billis isn't coaching, but it is outside the box, is what I said. Was that sarcastic? If I had said, "Oh, that's a great idea," I bet you'd sign up right now.
That would have been sarcastic.
Yes, I was giving a factual answer. Thank you. Let's go to DJ and Cicero.
DJ, how are you?
Good. How about Bobby Hurley from Arizona State?
Seems like he's going to be available.
I mean,
I'm just saying.
No, that is
it's outside the box.
He will. It is outside the box. Is he done enough? If you haven't done enough at Arizona State, Steve, is it enough to move the needle at Syracuse? He is a Big East guy, right? He played in the Big East.
Bobby Hurley went to Duke.
Oh yeah, Duke.
He's my favorite player.
I'm getting the Hurleys confused. Yeah.
Yes. You're thinking about Danny Hurley, who went to Seton Hall. Yeah. Bobby Hurley was a Duke guy. I think that's a tough sell, honestly. I love Bobby Hurley, obviously. Being fired though, or I don't know that.
He also was. His tournament runs were a lot. I think back-to-back years he was the last four in. But it is, could he have better luck on the East Coast? Yes.
Let me call up his coaching record.
Someone says Jamie Dixon. That is interesting. He's at his alma mater, though. I know everybody hates it, but schools do that a lot.
Bobby Hurley, if they finish below 500 this year, they're 12-11 right now. It's trending like they're going to finish below 500. It'd be 3 straight years below 500.
Yeah, that's not good.
No. And then he had, in 2022, 2023, they went 23-13, went to the tournament, and the 2 years prior to that, so it would be 5 of the last 6 years he would have a losing record. I don't think that's going to happen. But it is outside the box.
He may do better in the ACC.
True.
So there's that. See, I did that with Hop yesterday. I pointed out, I get why people want. Yeah, there are positives and negatives on every person that comes in. Like, I think Hurley would probably recruit better in an ACC school than he would at Arizona State. So that's why that might be a good interview. Thank you.
Let's take a time out. We'll check in on the market. We've got Adrian Autry coming up at 1 o'clock. Matt Park, 1:30. We'll wrap up hour number 1 next on ESPN Radio.
I like Josh Pastner. He came talking to me prior to a game once. I like him. Dan Mullen, good one. Kurt Signetti could coach in the like a two-sport athlete.
Every time I see Josh Pastner, I think of Rick Beardsley. I think they look alike.
Did you see that guy I saw on TikTok that looks like Kyle Federle?
Oh, yes, I did.
That was alarming. I'm like, why is Kyle Federle on live TikTok just sitting in his recliner like Archie Bunker? And it wasn't even him. I have been to the ASU campus because the year they lost in the Sweet 16 to Alabama, was it? The year after the national championship, we were there for that. We're working on it. It crashed. We're trying to get it fixed. I put a ticket out on it and nobody's called me back. Armosaurus, I have a story about that I can't say on an open mic. I blew a golden opportunity there.
Labrador Mountain. It's been a long, cold, and snowy winter. Yeah, I know. Friends just don't.
I was in my prime back then, though.
Well, what are we gonna do? Go skiing and snowboarding. Where are we gonna?
Prime Paulie did all right for himself.
Get out of the house, Central New York. SKICNY.com.
Oh, Grindr, Steve. I'm gay.
SKICNY.com.
I'm gay. I was on Grindr.
It came up earlier in the week.
Paulie personally attacks us. Let's call him gay every chance we get. My hand cramped up, Steve. I'm a chronic, vigorous masturbator. Do you get that joke? My hand cramped up. I am an aggressive masturbator, Steven. Do you get that joke?
I do get it.
But I personally attack people.
Sorry, Lukey Lou. I will try to close my headphones off if I can.
I'm a master debater, Steve. Another joke about my vigorous chronic masturbation problem.
Why do you even respond? Like, why?
No, because that's what I do, Steve. Like, that makes this show fun. Like, you can't just ignore that or block somebody for saying that I was on Grindr.
No, you could ignore it.
No, I kick her out of the room. I'm not a creep. That's creepy. Indy does not watch. How dare you? Keep my dog's name out your mouth. What have I hung up on the walls? My pictures? Man, you know what'd be funny right now if somebody called me gay. That'd be hysterical. That's fresh and outside the box. I don't have my Star Wars dolls. I brought them in here because I don't have them in my new place. Sorry, Steve. I screwed up.
Remix version.
Late in the evening. If you were on QSportsTalk.com on YouTube or Q Sports Talk, you would know what I do late in the evening, Steve. Right?
I was listening. I was not taking part in the conversation, but I definitely listened to what you were talking about. Yes.
Go to Bill from Lee Baldwin.
Bill, what's going on?
Another volatile day today with the major averages lower. Dow's down 300, but there are plenty of diamonds today. Ahead of Valentine's Day, we have Hershey performing well, jumping 6% on better than expected earnings. So that company's doing well, and plenty of dogs out there. The AI space has been taking a hit the last couple of weeks. Qualcomm is a chip company. It's down 5% on earnings. The old joke is when you name your stadium after your company, that's probably your top of your stock. And Qualcomm used to have a stadium in San Diego. So.
Oh, great memories there. As a Padres fan.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the dog today, and down day, but we'll see if we can turn it around for Friday.
All right, Bill. We appreciate the time. Thanks for coming on.
Yep.
All right. Lee Baldwin and Company. All of the diamonds, none of the dogs. Be sure to visit leebaldwin.com. Bill wanted no part of your nonsense.
You want to bring... he doesn't even know.
I like that about him.
Bill is the most to-the-point guy.
No, you came back from commercial, and you were like alluding to the conversation, and Bill just wanted to get down to business.
But Bill is always down to business.
I appreciate that about him.
The other two guys might have said, what do you do late in the evening, Paulie?
What were you going to say? I didn't mean to interrupt you. What do you got?
You brought it up. You want to keep talking about this, bro?
No, I was just...
You want me to keep going?
No, I was saying that I appreciate that about Bill, that he refuses to play into your nonsense, and he just wants to get down to business. So what do you got?
Speaking of Qualcomm, I used to go when it was called the Murph, Steve, back when stadiums didn't have like fancy names for companies, and it was Jack Murphy Stadium.
That's right. They played football and basketball there, right? Or football and baseball there.
Yeah. Chargers used to play there. It was good. Yeah. It was a good time.
Yeah, I remember watching Charger games, and they'd have to like run through the through the dirt of the infield. They were around like the 40-yard line.
I saw 19. You want me to date myself? My dad let me miss school in 1984 so I could watch the Padres clinch the NL West against the San Francisco Giants, I believe. But I'm lying again because I lie about my childhood. But yeah, it was a good time. Those are fond days of my life in the Murph.
Yeah.
Yeah, Qualcomm got blown up.
Do you feel did you like feel sad about that?
That it got blown up?
Yeah.
No, you want another? I think I've told this story on the air, but my brother bought me tickets to see the Steelers play the Dolphins, and the first time I went to Three Rivers Stadium, I cried like a little baby.
Right. So when I believe it, and when I brought up the fact that it was an emotional week when the Bills played their last home game, you made fun of me for that.
Yeah, because you're soft. I'm a man, Steve.
I didn't say I didn't cry. I just said it was an emotional week for Bills fans because there was a lot of memories there.
Yeah, real men cry.
Okay.
I didn't cry when they blew it up. I cried when I got to see it myself.
Well, they haven't blown it up, but it was the last game there, and I was like, it was an emotional week, and you made fun of me for that. So I just wanted to point out the inconsistency there, the hypocrisy. Let's hit a timeout. We've got Adrian Autry set to join us on the other side. We will drive into our second hour next, brought to you by Burdick BMW of Cicero. Back after this on ESPN Radio.
When's the last time you had a good cry, Steven, over something that wasn't like a death or anything?
Man. A good cry over something that wasn't
a movie
death?
or anything?
A movie.
Movie, a sporting event. Did you cry when they lost to the Jags?
No. I don't know. The only times I can think of crying are associated
Your daughter
with
moving?
Oh, yeah, I did cry. Yes. I did cry when she moved. Yes.
Marley and me?
Good call, LA Orange.
No, Steve hates dogs. He loved the end of that movie. He was crying inside last commercial break. That's funny.
That is funny. Have I seen the movie Up? I have not seen it start to finish, but I have seen bits and pieces of it when my son watches it. But I know that it's very sad because he told me it was very sad, but I haven't seen it. Have you seen Up?
Yeah. Believe it or not, I had a girlfriend once and she made me sit through that movie. And I liked it. Guys, if you don't want to be here because you don't like the way we do our interviews, go home. Turn away. I'm sorry you guys don't like it. Did you cry when they got rid of MacArthur Stadium? Is that true, Cody? When FaZe went out of business?
FaZe. Where did that come from? Talk about a blast from the past.
Ponderosa, when they stopped
TJ Big Boy.
They're still in business. Zeb's. I liked the Zeb's Burger Bar, but I also don't like going to like places where the food is communal, like Ponderosa. Or I also enjoyed a good Ruby Tuesdays salad bar, but yeah, the only open eating place like that I would go to right now is just Pizza Hut, man. Oh, those Pizza Hut.
The lunch buffet?
Lunch buffet hits
good
different.
Stuff. They had really good salad there. In addition to the pizza, obviously.
Okay. Galveston's, that's a good one.
Galveston's. I haven't thought about Galveston's in a long time.
Pay what you weigh at the old Ground Round. They used to do that. That's a Tully's now.
That was the first place that used to have free popcorn, I think, that I can remember.
Bennigan's. We did the first Jim Boeheim show when I worked there. At Learfield from Bennigan's on Erie Boulevard. Let's kick off hour number 2 with a banger, Steve. Me and Julio down by the schoolyard. Waiting on Coach Autry here. He'll be joining us in a second, I'm sure. As he does every week, Steve. Brought to you by who?
Brought to you by Oswego County Mutual.
Good work.
Matt Park coming up at 1:30.
Yeah, I am dreading the Matt Park interview because he's going to make fun of me. Because I was so stupid yesterday.
When are you hitting the road?
Tomorrow morning.
How long is the drive?
7 hours. Not bad.
Oh, that's
a
not bad
little
for
more
you.
than Pittsburgh. Yeah.
Okay.
That's a blink of an eye in Paulie drive times. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's I have a few questions for Coach Autry. I would like to ask him, like, after he digested the tape, how on earth did you fall behind by 32 points to North Carolina? And then the next thing I'll probably ask, if you'll allow me, is the ball moved against Notre Dame, and then it didn't move at all against North Carolina. It seems like it'd be hard, like Brad Trish said yesterday, it's harder to move the ball against better teams, but it seemed to have completely gone away.
Yeah, that question was on my list as well. It was certainly a stark contrast, right, from one game to the next. I'm sure there's plenty of It's probably not one reason. It's probably multiple reasons.
Yeah.
But, yeah, they shared the ball great. 21 assists on 32 made baskets in that game against Notre Dame, and then just 7 assists total against the Tar Heels, including the comeback that they went from 32 down to 6 and ended up coming up short and losing the game by 10. But, yeah, that is certainly something that is on my mind as well, and the team has been inconsistent throughout the year, and they're trying to figure things out. And with that in mind, let's bring on the head coach of the Orange, Adrian Autry, brought to you every week by Oswego County Mutual. And, Coach, as we do every week, let's start with your assessment of the last game. Your thoughts coming off that North Carolina game.
I thought that, our dips really dug holes for us. When we dug a big hole at the beginning of the second half. I thought at the end of the first half, where we had it where we needed to be in the game plan of keeping a score where we thought we wanted to be at, and then turnover here, turnover there. They capitalized on it, and in the second half, I thought we had a long stretch of just not being able to kind of flow, get stops like we needed to, and then we finished up that last 15 or 13 minutes. So getting stops and kind of getting out and getting some easy buckets, and at one point again we got it down to 6, but the fight was definitely there, but it was just such a big hole to come back from, and we have to do a better job of eliminating those types of runs, especially on the road. It's always hard to run on the road.
Coach, you guys moved the ball great against Notre Dame, and then it felt like the ball didn't move against North Carolina. Of course, it's probably harder to move the ball against better teams, but what did you see on your offense is why the ball was not moving against North Carolina?
Well, I give credit to North Carolina. They did a good job. They set the tone. I said it at the end of the game. That was we hadn't had anyone really get up and press up in our face like that in a while. So I didn't think we did a good job of getting open and being physical offensively, walking our guys in and creating those passing lanes and being strong with the ball. I thought Carolina really pushed us out, and we knew that they would be aggressive, but we just didn't execute, and move and cut and get open the way we needed to. And also when we got the ball to the middle, I just thought our decisions weren't made quick enough.
Down 32 in that game.
Go ahead.
I'm
sorry. And also, I thought Carolina did a really good job of making us play 2-on-2. And what I mean by that is, obviously, we rely a lot on some ball screens and stuff like that. And I thought they did a good job. They didn't come off their guys, so a lot of that had to do with their game plan as well, Paulie. Like, they did a good job of making us play 2-on-2.
So, you talk about the game plan. They did a good job, down 32. I don't think any of us saw a comeback coming. You did cut it to 6. What allowed for that, I guess? What adjustment was made, either by you or by them? And could that switch have been flipped a little bit sooner?
That's always the question when you get down by that much. Human nature is, Carolina probably, thought the game was over with, and we kept battling, and that fight was there, and we want to fight to the end, and I thought they did that. If it was anything, I thought the zone was really good. I thought we got better at it as we went along, and what I mean by that is we started finally rebounding out of the zone, and we made some plays out of the zone that you have to make when you play like a little high-low block shot. The guards coming down and rebounding from the opposite side, and then that allowed us to get out in transition. So I thought as that half went on, our zone actually got a little bit better as far as rebounding out of it, and that was the first time we rebounded out of the zone with a positive rebounding margin every time we went to the zone. Our initial defense, we've made people miss in the zone. I believe it's like at 30-some%, but we haven't done a good job of rebounding out of the zone. So I thought that was a difference that allowed us to get back. And obviously, Carolina with a big lead, they probably thought that the game was over with.
Do you think we'll see more of the zone moving forward?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a game-by-game game plan. We're going to do whatever it is that we need to do that puts us in position to win the game. So to answer your question, you could see zone. You could see a zone or whatever it is, but we just got to look at all options that gives us the best chance to try to win.
Coach, we saw John Wildhack behind the bench at the game on Monday night. How often do you two meet and talk during the season? And have you talked about big picture things lately and the direction things are going, or is it more game-to-game stuff?
No, it's not game-to-game. I mean, we talk, but again, John, we talk, and we've talked big picture, and again, mentioned big picture. I don't think it's any secrets that we all want this to finish this race better, and that's all you could do. And again, conversations like that, that's about it. As far as I have to finish this season up, we have to finish this season up, and that's all I'm really focused on.
The other day against Notre Dame, you made a switch in the starting lineup, and it was a little head-scratching to the average fan that Donnie Freeman sat, and you started... why am I drawing a blank?
Sadiq
White. Yeah, Sadiq White. So is that something we could see again? And does he bring a spark to the energy of your starting lineup when he's in?
No, I think sometimes, again, when I think I made it 2 games ago, like this now has to be, communicated. Matchups sometimes fit better. And obviously, Donnie is very talented, so we need Donnie. Against Carolina, you got to be able to score the basketball, and so you got to put guys out there that can, do both. But again, I think, could things change? Yeah. I mean, again, at this point, we're not where we want to be, and we got some games left, and we want to finish up strong. So whatever I see, or my staff, we meet and we see we can adjust and make some adjustments. I think that's what you'll see.
You mentioned you got a lot of games left. What is your message to the players right now with so many games left before the ACC tournament, with, it's 4 or 5 weeks now before you go to Charlotte? You talk about, you and the coaching staff trying to finish this season strong and finish it the right way. How about with the players? What is your message to them right now at practice as you get ready for another really tough game on Saturday?
Well, I think, what we came here to do, we knew that wasn't going to be easy, and we're in it. So this is the challenging part. I think all athletes, all people want, is to be in a challenge. And again, we have 8 games left, and you give them every scenario, and you really go game by game. Like it's a lot of season left. I think the hardest thing for them to for most people, to focus on is that, a lot can happen in a month. A lot can happen in 8 games, and you have to think that way, and you got to be positive. Like we talk about positive thoughts, create positive actions, which will create positive results, and you have to be that way. I mean, again, this sport has grown, so obviously it's a lot of following, it's a lot of, speculations, and it's a lot of this and this and that, and we can't let that get into our minds. Because it's so much season left. And again, we're fortunate this year that the ACC is very healthy and strong, and that's what you have to concentrate on, game by game, because all it takes is, one game to turn it around, and now you keep going and you keep building off of that, and, so you got to have that mindset.
It's not an easy road, though, with 10 games left, a lot of quad 1 games, so that are opportunities for you, and it starts Saturday with Virginia on the road. Could you tell us a little bit about them?
Hey, solid team. I think one of the better put together teams. They just fit. They got passing big guys, shooting big guys, guards that are versatile. So a very versatile team. Bigs that can step out and shoot threes, bigs that can post up, bigs that can pass. They guard players, very solid guys that all shoot 35, 40% from 3-point range. So again, people talk about their offense, but their defense is really that really sticks out. Shot blockers, very physical defensively. They pick up full court, but it's a well put together team. A team that's playing probably as good as anyone in our conference. And so again, it'll be a challenge, but when you're in the ACC, it's nothing easy. Like that is nothing easy. You can change the names. Those are still going to be hard games. You can flip names and put any other name on there. And if you follow our league, a lot of things that happen. People are losing at home, and teams are winning on the road, and it's no gimmies here. So again, it's the next game on our schedule, and we got to prepare for it.
And along those lines, Coach, how have the guys looked, to you at practice? I know you just got back from North Carolina, late Monday night, but how have they responded to that? And do you feel like this team is still together at this point?
Well, I tell you what, the biggest statement about this team and that character is, we were down 32. So say what we were down 32, and I thought they fought back. Again, they showed a lot about their character, and I talked to them about that because they could have easily just folded. And to cut it to 6 points with a minute 20 to go, and if we'd have made 2 free throws, if Ski would have made his 2 free throws and Nate King's cashes in those 2 free throws, when we cut it to 6, that would have been a 2-point game. I mean, a 3-point game, excuse me, right? That'd have been a 1-possession game with a minute 20. So there's no quitting this team. There's no quitting our staff. We're going to keep rolling up our sleeves and working hard. So to answer that question, that's absolutely no. These guys are competitive. They believe in themselves. The coaching staff, we're still here fighting, and that's what we're going to do.
Yep, and that's all you can do. And you move on to the next one now. And, again, a tough game, but a great opportunity against Virginia in Charlottesville on Saturday. Coach, as always, we appreciate the time. Thanks for coming on. Best of luck Saturday, and we'll talk to you again next week.
All right, guys. Take care. Thank you.
All right, Adrian Autry joining us here on the show, brought to you every week by Oswego County Mutual. And with that, we'll take a timeout. Phone lines open for the next segment. We'll get to today's business, and then Matt Park coming up at 1:30. Back after this on ESPN Radio. Kill the mics for 1 second.
Ghost of G-Rob, I think he used to have a stutter, and I think he writes down the questions to stay on track. That's what he's doing there. That's just my guess, or he just doesn't want to get sidetracked, so he writes down. Hey, Paul.
What are you doing here?
We do not talk to him prior. No.
He's what? Oh. Oh no! I was just I didn't even realize Tim wasn't here.
He's doing his Sudoku, yes. Guys, we don't choreograph it, for God's sake.
Guys, I don't know if you know this, but I texted Coach Autry before. Here's all the questions.
Come on, guys.
That's why he was late.
Don't you think we would be reading it off a script if that was the case? And I would know. I wouldn't stutter over forgetting Sadiq White's name.
Oh, Lord. I'll say Tim nailed it because he put Gonzaga, and then I'm sure Scooter will call in.
That's not how it works here, LA Orange.
About, because, yeah, you saw, like, the coach tours. Was it his Achilles? He was, like, on, like, one of those, like, walking or rolling things.
Yeah.
Coaching. It was, like, R.J. Hunter's dad from the tournament all those years ago.
Yeah, right. Bro, we don't send the questions. Bro, I've been interviewed 10 times.
Yeah, they might give somebody who's not, like, interviewed a lot the questions. The mumbler on the mic is Paul.
Hello.
He's a moron. Oh, call HR. He's very helpful when it comes to moving, though. He helped me throw out the spunk trunk the other day.
I did,
Steve.
yeah.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I threw out my old mattress.
TK99 big with the
dumpster
with
people.
the people who work at the dump.
Yeah, I pulled up and the TK truck, and the dump people were super excited.
They were circling for tickets.
If I had driven the ESPN truck, people would have been like, "Throw red in the dump." Boo, boo. Do we hang out at my flat? No, but he's been in my flat. Is it a good flat or a bad flat?
It's a nice flat.
Thanks.
Gets the job done.
Gets the job done.
Gets the job done.
I had that mattress on my futon since like I was in my 20s. It's gross. That thing's seen a lot of naked men. I beat everybody. I beat everybody to it. I got it. I'm gay.
You like when he's in like one of like these moods? Is this one of your favorite Paulie moods here, Steve?
Sorry, what'd you say?
Do you love when he literally addresses everything in the chat? Is that your favorite?
Do I love it? Yes,
Yeah.
I love it.
My mattress saw more naked men.
Oh. Yeah, it's not gonna work.
It was a legal dump. It was 100% legal. I paid. Point it out, Steve. I screwed up.
I mean, I don't think I need to point it out. You're having a rough second hour.
I'm cracking myself up during the breaks. Crotacombe, Paul Simon. He did something today. Ooh, harsh. Beep.
Paul is here. He's got today's
everyone.
business. What's up, Paul?
Today's business brought to you by Superior Plus Propane. Propane. Always got to emphasize the pain part there. So what'd you guys think with Red? And I found interesting with Donnie and Sadiq and all that, how he isn't I felt like he's not set on something there. It's more of he's going to play the matchup, see how it is, and not really go with the best player starting every game. Is that something you like, or?
You know, I don't know. I mean, I think that I said this on the show yesterday that, Red just said it. They can't give up, obviously, right? They're going to keep playing hard and keep coaching hard. I think they've got to find something going into the ACC tournament. And so if that means experimenting a little bit, and you hate that it's come to that, but you got to find something because your shot at the tournament right now, and I know mathematically, if they run the table, realistically, they're not running the table, obviously. So their shot at the tournament is to run the table in Charlotte. And so I think you have to hope that you find something by then. Maybe it's, more of the zone. Maybe it is a lineup change, an attitude shift with certain players or whatever the case may be. I'm just saying, like, they got to find something. So would I be shocked if he tried different lineups or different defenses or a different strategy? No, it wouldn't shock me.
No, not shocked at all.
No. You weren't even listening.
No,
I was looking for my kicker.
I know.
That's why I threw it to him.
I can tell you weren't listening.
I saw him sit back and get coming.
I would not be shocked at all if anything happened.
Yeah, I look at it as if you just keep trying the same stuff, right? It just won't work. It hasn't worked all year, really, and they got to do something. And I get it's Notre Dame, but it worked. They won by 14. I'm not saying bench Donnie, but I'm just saying maybe
they just haven't been consistent.
Yeah.
And they have to find something that consistently works. And I don't know what that is, right? I mean, we've talked about various fixes and whatnot, and I think if there was an easy fix, they would have certainly done it by now. I think that, but to your question about do you see more lineup changes coming, I think it's possible. I think they have to find something that works going into Charlotte.
All right, shall we get to the Super Bowl? I've been informed that the Super Bowl has not been discussed at all on this show.
No.
What?
No,
Why not? Why are you a Debbie Downer?
No, it's sad that we can't even get to the Super Bowl because everything's just belongs in a bowl, if you know what I mean, Steve.
Yeah, I looked up and you were staring at me. I didn't know if I said the wrong. Did I say the wrong thing or something? Why were you? Did you notice that?
Yeah, he was just.
I looked up and he was staring at me.
I was looking fondly into your eyes, Steve.
Have you not been here during the breaks?
You want to talk Super Bowl? We can talk
let's
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl. So, I mean, I feel like it's Seahawks easy. I'm just going to say that right off the rip. I felt Rams Seahawks was really the Super Bowl. Whoever won that's going to go on and win it. But top 10 passing offense versus top 10 passing defense. And I did see the Patriots first team ever to beat 3, I want to say it was top 10 defenses on the way to the Super Bowl. I get one of the games, snow game, 10-7. Nobody did anything in the second half. But I just, that Seahawks team, something about it, Mike McDonald's got them going. And I get Vrabel's a great coach, but they just seem like a wagon. Sam Darnold can't seem to do any wrong right now. Last time I sang his praises, though, on this station, he threw 4 picks. So he's got that in him. We all know that. Sometimes the ghosts reappear. But that defense just, I don't know. If they shut down Diggs, I don't think May really has anywhere to go.
I think you're right in that Seattle's the better team, and I'm with you. I thought that whoever won Rams Seahawks would win the Super Bowl. I don't know if it's easy, though, and I was a little surprised that I think the line opened at like 3.5.
It's moved to 4.5, yeah.
But that did surprise me because I thought the Seahawks would have been a bigger favorite than that. And you never know how players, especially players who haven't been there, are going to react to playing in the biggest game of their life. That is something that it's hard to predict, right? So I think the Seahawks are going to win. I don't know if it's going to be easy, but I think they're the better team.
I will say that about Mike Vrabel, couple Super Bowl championships. He knows what it takes. He knows the mentality. And New England knows the mentality. I don't care if Belichick's long gone. Kraft's still there. He's kind of the leader of this whole it's just a nuts generation kind of Patriots football. I will say him not going to the Hall of Fame, I can't. I mean, it's the same thing with Belichick. I'm sorry. Like, the dude's won everything that you could win.
I'm not going to lose sleep over either of those, but I'm the wrong person to ask about that.
Yeah, who cares? They'll be all right.
Yeah, they'll go in next year. And if they don't, then there'll be a real controversy about it. But
what are you guys doing later?
Working.
Yeah, working.
It's National Shower with a Friend Day.
I knew it was. Yeah, it is.
That's a day?
Yeah. Yeah.
You knew about this?
Yeah, Gomez and I and Lisa, we were talking about it this morning. Yeah.
Just a little curious if maybe you wash my back, I wash yours.
No chance.
It's also National Optimist Day. So here's my optimism that Red makes the tournament, wins the national title, retires, and Rick Pitino takes the job. What do you think?
A lot going on with that scenario.
Very optimistic.
That is very optimistic.
Thank you. I came up with that myself. And I want to hit on one more thing before we get to it. I did not have on my checklist of things that were going to happen yesterday when I tweeted out that Syracuse, when interviewing for the next coach, would have to probably have a lot of NIL built up for him to say, hey, we need this money to buy out either his contract or Red's contract and, the money to pay the next coach. To be retweeted by Locked On Cuse or whatever they were, Locked On Syracuse quote tweeted saying, well, I hope so. It's a better job than all of LA. I wasn't talking about the prestige of the job. I was talking about the money side of it. And that's the biggest factor in 2026.
Yeah.
It's not Syracuse is the 7th winningest program of all time. If this job comes open, it's going to come down to money on who they get.
Yeah, yes. I also think that it does matter, though, that you can win here, right? People see that, okay.
They haven't proved you can win here in the NIL area.
Okay. I mean, that's fair, but that's relatively new, right? That's a small sample size. The large sample size says it can be done at Syracuse
University. The large sample size doesn't exist anymore.
It still matters to some degree. I agree with you, but I'm saying it's still on the list. Like the tradition of the program, the fact they play in the ACC, the fact that, they are just as much a basketball school as they are a football school, and they've shown that they can win here and win big here. I think that does matter. You're right. To most coaches, it's probably going to be dollars and cents. You want
to hear when we didn't have these rules? That's great. What could you do for me today?
Yeah, I understand.
Don't make me fight you, too.
You're not fighting me, but I'm just saying I think that coaching at Syracuse is different than coaching at Memphis. But they've got a lot of money. I know Memphis has a lot of money. FedEx.
Memphis is a bad example, though. That's not in a Power 4 conference. Okay, like LSU, Oklahoma.
But Memphis has FedEx money. That's why I brought it up. Yes. They've got a lot of money.
Yes.
But I think there is a prestige that goes with coaching at Syracuse.
Let's go take a quick shower. Get on each other's good side again. We'll talk to Matt Park. Maybe he wants to join us. It's National Shower with a Friend.
Matt Park joins us next on ESPN Radio.
And then he played a whole thing that he made.
Every day is National Fart Day on Gomez's show.
Well, it's like if UNC opens up and like Rick Pitino is going to interview, his first question is going to be money. I mean, UNC he'd go to UNC all day. Like, that's my thing. And Hubert Davis would go to LSU. I don't think we could convince Hubert Davis to get here. But yeah. National Shower with a Friend. Because I'll look up the days, and every day I find a new day that I'm like, why is this a day? Who decided this?
I say that every morning when I wake up. Why is this a day?
Why is the sun up? All right.
What's YouTube up to?
Or does she just do it remotely every day?
She does, but it's hard because Baldwinsville in the winter. So she hasn't been able to as of late, but she'll normally come in Tuesdays. Ralph Rotella's in, and then Wednesdays, because Lee Baldwin will come in those 2 days.
I haven't seen her in forever.
But
she used to pop in a lot, at like the beginning of our show. But
it's harder.
Hughes Vegas, James Patrick 49, Bo from 5185.
What are you reading off?
Circus Values. Hi, I'm just saying hi to the YouTube people. Any of you guys want to take a shower? I'm friends with all that. Let's go.
He likes the YouTube people now way more. Who in the Twitch chat would you want to take a shower with?
Come on.
All of them.
All of them. Come on.
I don't know if you know why, Steve.
Now I'm going to leave.
What?
Why I would like to shower with everybody in the chat. I don't know if you know why. But they'll point it out to me because I'm
drop
gay.
that and now walk out.
Why don't we have a Jeopardy? Matt Park versus Mike McAllister.
Here?
No.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna slaughter me for my stupid whale comment.
You should be slaughtered for that.
Like a whale? Gutted like a whale for? I don't know. I just meshed together. Like, I remember learning that in high school. And there were people in our chat. I feel like it's a Mandela effect. There were people in the chat that said they learned it also in school. My name is Big Poppy remembers it also. Yeah. So, like, I wasn't the only one. I just probably fell for a prank from some mean adult at the time. Yeah, I also believe that you'd get warts from touching frogs. Like, some adult told me that. Like, I was also told by adults you can't drive with your car dome light on.
Yeah, you're not supposed to.
That isn't true. Why would they have it in there if you're not supposed to? It's illegal.
I didn't say it was illegal. I don't know if it's illegal or not, but you're
no,
not supposed
it's
to
just a stupid
creates a glare for the other drivers.
Wouldn't headlights do that also?
Yes, but I don't know the reasoning for it. I don't know if it's. But I just know you're not supposed to. I don't think it's an old wives' tale.
It is.
I don't think it is.
See, now you're doing it. The dome light thing is your whale penis.
No, it's a. Hang on. Yeah, the bright light reflects off your windshield, making it harder to see pedestrians, other vehicles, and road hazards. It is illegal in some states.
It's not explicitly illegal to drive with your dome lights or interior lights on in most places.
Yeah, now I'm seeing different. But
yeah.
It does say that it's force your eyes to adjust to the light inside, making it hard to see the dark, distant objects on the road. So basically, it's saying that it's not a good idea to do it.
It's also not a good idea to text and drive or drive into a brick wall. Paul Simon, Artist of the Day, 50 ways to leave your lover, Steve. Have you ever thought about leaving the show?
Oh, yes. Many times.
50 ways to do it.
Many times. You're perfect this hour, by the way.
Get on the bus, Gus.
You've yet to welcome us back from break.
Welcome back.
Without making a mistake.
Here's Matt Park.
Voice of the Orange, Matt Park, joiting us now. Matt.
Where do you want to start?
What's
up, dorks? Anatomy.
Just brutal. As I told you, I've started watching recently via YouTube for the last couple of weeks, and I can't put that back in the toothpaste back in the tube. It's a regret that I'm going to have to carry with me. But you pick up a lot of extra stuff, and not all good stuff.
Somebody
the
told me
84
that as a
Padres
kid.
beat the Cubs to get to the World Series.
No. I knew that. I said that I went to the NL West clinching game. They beat the Giants to clinch the NL West.
Okay.
All right.
And the reason you can't keep your dome light on is because it affects your vision going forward, too. Just like if you're watching a movie, it pops better, right, when you turn the lights out in your house and you see the light of the screen.
So there you go. It's not illegal, we learned, but it is. It's frowned upon.
Right. Well, a lot of things in that category, I would guess.
Yes.
I apologize to America for making them dumber yesterday with my whale anatomy nonsense, and I didn't apparently learn it in.
Right. He was learning.
Yeah, I think that was really the issue. My dad was an earth science teacher. I'm sure they never covered that.
Yeah.
More the
it just all meshes together.
Water tables and the rotation of the Earth and that kind of thing.
Yeah. All right, let's talk some basketball. I guess we start with the UNC game. You were there. You had a seat front and center to a 32-point deficit that somehow turned into a 6-point game, and they ended up losing by 10. What do you take away from that performance on Monday?
Carolina is much better at basketball. Syracuse is not good enough to beat Carolina. They're just better.
So you think that? Yeah. So this month of February, they're going to be playing a lot of teams that are better than them.
Yes.
No shot in several of these games?
I wouldn't say no shot. That's why you play the games. But Carolina, Duke, Louisville, Virginia are all. Actually, I haven't seen Louisville in person, but Carolina, Duke, and Virginia are all better teams. We take no pleasure in saying that, but. And I think you guys spend all week getting into this. You certainly shouldn't, no team should be 32 points better, right? They're 32 points better for a stretch of time, and that's difficult for everyone to see and to swallow. To me, the most concerning thing is, again, just kind of this urgency. How does it get to that point? If you're capable with hanging with a team, or obviously they're capable with beating them 25-10 or 35, whatever it was, to close the game. Where's any semblance of that before the desperation? I think that's the frustrating aspect taken out of the Carolina game. I'm not surprised in the least they lost to Carolina. They could play today, tomorrow, and the next day, and they'll be big underdogs against Carolina. Same to Duke and same to Virginia right now.
What's it like being around this team right now? Do you get the sense that all of this is weighing? I would imagine, right? They're human beings. What's it like with everything? The big picture stuff that seems to be weighing on the program.
Yeah, I think it's interesting, and I try to pay more attention to that each time. I just think it's silly. I'm not blaming any of this on the weather or whatever. I just think this winter has stunk out loud, in every way you look at it. It's been unfortunate the team hasn't played well enough and hasn't been good enough. The snow and the temperature are just worse than they've been here in recent years, and everyone's kind of down about it. And then I think we look to that's why the team, there's a lot of pressure on them. We look to them to be the highlight, right? And to get us through the winter. We've talked about that for decades. And there is pressure on these guys. There's no question about it. People always ask me, knowing that I travel with the team, they always say, hey, how was that flight? You typically it's after a loss. How was that flight? Oh, that must have really been terrible. That bus ride must have. They're all the same. I think that would kind of surprise people. If a team wins, like we're in the locker room after a football win, virtually any win in college football, in my observation, is celebrated like you're going to the Super Bowl. It's a huge deal. Every loss is the extreme opposite of that. And in basketball, I'm not in the locker room immediately after the game because of the format of how we operate, but I am on the bus, I am on the plane, and I don't think most of the time you can tell whether they won or lost. It's pretty much the same all the time. People are quiet, people are tired, they move on to the next thing, and it's a professional kind of environment. They're not doing cartwheels after a win, and they're not completely down to the dumps after a loss. People are quiet. You put your music on, you flip on a book, or where you stare at your phone, and that's what virtually everybody does. Kind of being in that team environment, everybody gets along. I don't think there's any real rift or any of that kind of stuff that people probably want to hear about. But yeah, I absolutely feel like it's a tense kind of group, and why wouldn't it be?
Matt, what do you make of the Carmelo shake my head comment?
OMG.
From your perspective, yeah.
OMG. GTFO. Ridiculous. I can't believe that everyone reacted to that like it's some big deal. We've got semi-legit, we have news organizations, ESPN. Oh, Melo must be who's interpreting 4 letters? Let's hear him out. If he wants to say something, let's find out if he has something to say and wants to say it publicly. Somebody just tweeting something like that, to me, it's hard to, everyone's so sure they know exactly what he meant by it. It's a screen grab of, unless I'm missing something, it's a screen grab of the game 29-20. What is he saying? Tell me what that means. I understand what the abbreviation means, but
I also think, weren't we all doing that during that game?
Yeah, I mean, I just don't. What is so newsworthy about it that the celebrity worship or whatever is at play there with taking anything that Melo says or does and running with it like it's some sort of legitimate conversation or input. Obviously, if he has something to say, it's going to be taken with some weight given his credentials and his position around this team, but actually say words. Let's hear what you have to say.
Yeah, I could not agree with you more. I heard somebody say on a different news outlet that Carmelo was being critical of the coaching staff.
By the way,
he might have been, but he didn't say that. Right?
Absolutely, he has the right to feel that way and even articulate it if he wants it. But 4 letters, and that's not articulating it.
Right. 100% agree. It's our first chance to talk to you since the Donnie movement out of the starting lineup for one game and then back in the starting lineup against North Carolina. We heard what Red's reasoning was for it. What do you make of that? Do you think we will see that again?
Possibly. I don't think it really. We all want to say, "Oh, it worked," and it kind of did. But it didn't work so well that they felt like sticking with it, because what they do is they're looking at the analytics and the numbers relative to each lineup and matchup, and they were looking for something to do different, right? Because obviously we'd kill them if they never did anything different, right? If you did the same lineup every game and kept losing, you'd get crushed for that. So I think everybody can understand that Sadiq brings energy, right, wrong, or indifferent. He's a lot. And Donnie is more of a smooth, let it come to you, takes a little while to get heated up guy, even if we all again can agree he's the best player on the team. Their minutes allocation was a little closer than I thought it would be against Notre Dame, and they win the game in comfortable fashion. I think going into Notre Dame, you can tinker and get away with it in a way that you can't against North Carolina. They couldn't afford to be down 9-0 against Carolina like they were against Miami and some other games, and so you see Donnie in there. So I was a little surprised they didn't stick with it going from Notre Dame to the UNC game. I think you may see it again, if for no other reason than I think you could see a lot of different things again here, or for the first time, because I think they know you got to do something here to get him out of this funk because what's going on isn't working.
You mentioned Donnie Freeman. He will be out at the Wildcat tonight doing a meet and greet, correct?
That's my understanding. Yeah, I think all the February dates, I'm told Donnie will come out for pictures and autographs, so that's cool.
Matt, another thing that's come up recently is, and I don't know if you follow me on Twitter. Well, God, why would you?
I don't, Paulie.
But I kind of brought up the fact that, if this job comes open, Syracuse is going to need to interview the next coach and mention the fact the coach is going to ask questions too of what's my NIL going to be, what's my pay going to be, and then he's probably going to get calls from schools that aren't exactly basketball powerhouses that might be able to do better than Syracuse, right? Is that an outlandish take?
No, I mean I think in the modern era of college sports, first, second, and third on the concerns are what is the budget? And it's not necessarily for the coach's personal budget, although that's part of it. What type of assistants can I hire? And it's going to be what is your salary pool? That's absolutely at the top of the list for everybody, whether we like it or not. And there's going to be value in coaches that can do more with less and all that. I don't think you can dispute it at all that your budget is obviously a factor. There's that spiel going around about that Jeff Goodman's doing with the coaching jobs, ranking them from one conference to the next. I don't think a lot of places are getting bumped up because the office is nice or the weight room is slick or a lot of that. I mean, that might be some tiebreakers here and there and a little fudging it up, but the primary influence on that list, the thing that would run most parallel to is budget.
The next question I have about that is that poll came out and Syracuse finished 6th in the ACC. Do you think that they would finish 6th in the SEC?
I'd have to look more closely at the SEC. Again, I mean, can I list 6 schools that have more resources in that department than Syracuse? Sure, I can. So it'd be somewhere in that neighborhood, upper middle of the pack. Or bottom of the top tier, however you want to sort of phrase that. I think it'd be somewhere in that neighborhood. That one of the things I think is frustrating for everyone regarding NIL is there's no transparency. Everybody's so certain they know what Syracuse's payroll is and who makes what on the roster. I don't know how you would know that. It's not publicized. It's certainly not shared by the school or anybody that we come in contact with. Whereas in pro sports, it is, and you kind of know this guy or that gal is making X and you can react accordingly. The fact that it's, in college sports, no two schools have the exact same budget structure or the same reporting rules and all that. Syracuse is a private school, tends to share very little. State schools are required to share, or there's Freedom of Information Acts and that type of thing where they get compelled to share the information, but you can't compare every state school to the exact same on a oranges to oranges comparison. So I think we're all just kind of guesstimating.
I don't know if you heard our show yesterday. We had Brandon Trish on, and as he was getting off, he said that he would like everybody to show Red some grace during this process and during this difficult season, and however this season ends. I don't know if you had a chance to listen, but if so, any thoughts on what he had to say?
Yeah, I think most of the show yesterday. I mean, first of all, you'd like to think that goes without saying. I think in this world of sports talk, we all feel like we can fire away and be snarky, and everybody wants to be the funniest or the first to say this or that about Paulie or about the coaches and whatever. I would like to think that just in general as a society, we have some sort of grace. As it relates to Coach Autry, give the guy a little bit of slack here. It'll be determined at the end of the year whether he gets to retain his job or not. And, there's a certain trend kind of going here, and you can guess how that's going to turn out. Aside from that, he's not a boob. He's not an imbecile. He didn't just trip into the job here. He loves this place. He wants to be here. His family is here. He's got a daughter on the lacrosse team. His kids grew up here, went to school here, come back here. He's of the program. You think he wanted for it to go this way? He wants it to be better. So I think the cheap shots and that kind of stuff are unfair and really stink to hear, and and they're not welcoming to the next coach or however that works out whenever there is a next coach. So a little more empathy, I think, would be great, but I know that, that's going to fall on deaf ears to a lot of people.
Do you know, Matt, while we're talking about this, what about the disdain for the past of Syracuse basketball that seems to be appearing too? Like, we got to cut ties to our, everybody pines for the greatness, but now it's like, get rid of it.
Yeah, I think something's lost there. And again, I read the chat and skim through the comments and stuff. And what I think is disheartening, it's just unfortunate. It's a state of affairs. It's nobody's fault, really. There isn't alignment, for every person that thinks that an alum is absolutely the way to go and that's the best next coach. There's somebody who is adamant that there's absolutely no way you should do that. What I don't really get, I do understand the perception that Coach Autry was always going to get this job after Coach Boeheim and what have you. That's what's happened. If you believe that and that's what's happened, that's what it is. Like, there's no sense in killing him because he took the job. What would you have turned it? Oh, I'm not really ready for this, or turned it down. Nobody's doing that. What I think is probably under publicized is Adrian Autry, again, for better or for worse, and the results are going to be what they are. Runs a different offense, a different defense, travels differently, practices differently, has an almost completely different staff. What do you think is, I want to hear somebody tell me, what do you think is Boeheim's actual influence here? You think Red's got to check with him, or Red isn't good enough because of his tie to Boeheim? Or I need that more spelled out to me. Maybe I'm stupid.
You're not.
If and when there comes a time for a new coach, I don't think an absolute in either direction is the right way to go. You don't absolutely only talk to in-house candidates. You don't absolutely block them out. You talk to a variety and find the person that's the best fit. You need someone here that's going to do more with less. The whole thing about in the family, whatever, that is valued a lot in many other places, right? It's at least having respect for those people that came before you. This week's opponent is Virginia. They sell the idea of how romantic it is that Ryan Odom, grew up coming to the building because his dad was an assistant coach there before going on to his own head coaching career. And he, has known everybody since he was 10 years old. There is value in that to the point where people are seeking it out. Does that mean that's the only way you can go? No, but there's something where it does matter. If you look across the athletics department here, it has, it is coming into play with a Gary Gates and Reggie Terry and the different people that are involved in what's going on. So, that's obviously we can talk on and on about it, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Matt, I want to ask, let's end with a little fun. Okay. All right. Let's see if Matt agrees with me on this one. We're going to Charlottesville this weekend. Matt, best hotel on our trips to road games. Is this where would you put this one?
Different categories. I wouldn't put this the best.
Wow, you are stupid. No, I'm just kidding.
It's different categories. I mean, I do enjoy going to. We go to Borisat. It's a resort. It's a former. Unfortunately, I think it's I don't think they advertise it this way, but I think it. I think the provenance of the land and all that is under some consideration. But I like the walk. I like going up to the golf course in the back and the tennis courts, and it's different. That's for sure. I don't know. It's one of those things where I have gone. In fairness, Paulie, I've gone there and I've said, "Hey, maybe I'll come here on my own time sometime," just because it's peaceful and historic and kind of neat and different. But I don't know if I'd go with nice. It's not nice in the way that a Miami hotel is nice, or Boston, or it's.
I love this one.
It's I don't know exactly when it was built, but I feel like it's kind of a Civil War era, kind of farmhouse setup.
Yeah, I like it. So I
like it too. I didn't say I didn't like it. I don't know that it's.
I can tell you really like it, Paul.
Yeah.
In that sense, the best.
There's all the historical pictures in the room.
I would say it's a place that if you're going to stay on
all this stuff.
If you're going to stay on campus on the premises to eat, for instance, then it would be the best for that. Whereas, Virginia Tech, very nice hotel, but then you're going across the street to Panda Express.
Panda, yes, sir. You nailed it. All right.
All right, Matt.
I'll
Thank
see
you
you tonight.
Okay, looking forward to it, Paulie.
That's right. Wildcat tonight. Donnie Freeman will be there doing a meet and greet. Steve, you want to come out and meet him? Greet him?
I will be on the air at that point. We do the television version of Orange Nation from 7 to 7:30 on News Channel 9. So we'll take a time out
Way
here.
to promote counter broadcasting.
Well, you brought it up. You said, do you want to come out? I would love to come out, but I can't.
Any other time you just, but no, I got stuff going on.
I've got stuff going on. Back after this on ESPN Radio.
I just failed at the dating game or the newlywed game with Matt Park. I thought he would say that was number one. You know what I'd put at the bottom of hotels? Probably Greensville.
I'm going to say Tallahassee. When I stayed in Tallahassee, it was I just didn't like the city.
There is a Dunkin' right by the hotel, but there's just like you're in the parking lot of Goodyear Tires, and it's a weird place. And you're an hour from the arena, but no Paulie tomorrow. Good news, everybody. You won't all be stupid idiots tomorrow. Just
and
100% straight guys also.
Remember, remind me, Tim, tomorrow he's here for half the show? Like he's
coming in after he does his interview.
Gotcha. Okay.
Practice doesn't make perfect. Only perfect practice makes perfect. Hi, this is Joe Convertino Jr. of CH Insurance. I get to watch perfect practice every day with our own work.
What's for lunch today, Spatch of the Week? So my son actually just texted me, my older son, and he said he wants to grab lunch. So I think we're going to go grab lunch quick after the radio show. So I don't know. Probably something near the university.
Best text you receive all week right there?
Yeah.
Son wants to go. That's nice. Oh. Man.
I mentioned varsity. He said maybe. I don't know if you guys have been to that place called Yeti. It's on
heard of it.
Westcott.
I think so, yeah.
It's good. They've got good like paninis there. They also have frozen yogurt there.
Frozen yogurt is fantastic.
It is.
I agree.
I'm not sure on a day like this, but
Frozen yogurt.
It's a good spot. We go there sometimes.
Look how tall you are.
I don't know where that came from. I brought the headphone extender.
Oh, did you?
Just so everybody knows and Tim is.
I could also just go grab the
How
ones
much was it?
Using Gomez.
I have it in my equipment.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say if you want me to split it with you, I will.
He could have just went and grabbed the ones that are in Gomez's studio that I use.
I'll keep that in mind, Armosaurus.
You were gonna split it with
What
him.
up, dorks?
Wow.
Might make the next open. Matt, can you cut that for me?
Yeah, we'll get that for
When
you.
Matt came on and said, "What's up, dorks?" That might be the start of the show for Val.
The start of the show.
Start of the show. What's up, dorks?
Yeah, and then it goes, here's Steve and Paulie and Paulie Sibilia.
Shout out to Tupac.
You think all those years ago you'd do a radio show and it intros with "Shout out to Tupac"
or "What's up, dork"
or "What's up, dorks"?
No. Yeah, Rise and Shine's good, Kevin.
What's the sub place we would go to? I don't remember.
Oh, we stay at the Boar's Head.
Oh, I'm tired.
Man. Oh. I work.
The Super Bowl is brought to you by Fisk Electric and Upstate Imports Auto Repair on ESPN Radio Syracuse.
Darwin. That's where we
Oh, Darwin's, yeah.
go. Yeah.
ESPN 97.7 and 100.1. Watch live on QSportsTalk.com.
I ran out of Paul Simon songs, so let's do Something So Right by Paul Simon.
Slow skate. Slowing it down as we close out the show.
Your choices for tomorrow. Bob Marley. Two Little Birds, Steve. Rihanna, Bob Marley, Guns N' Roses, Fall Out Boy, Panic at the Disco. Panic at the Disco, Fall Out Boy, Guns N' Roses, Rihanna, and Bob Marley.
Easy one for me. I will go Rihanna.
I will go Bob Marley.
Yeah, I was going to go Guns N' Roses.
All right, so it's up to the chat after Rihanna and L.A. Orange. Guns and Moses. Nuns and Moses. That's get wins. Govendo. He said Nuns and Moses.
Should that count?
Yes, it counts.
Okay.
That'll be the easiest one for you guys to just take the songs out of the system because they.
All right, we'll let Tim know.
All right.
We got to go. No Paulie tomorrow. He's on his way to Virginia. It'll be myself, Mario Sacco. Tim will join us as the show moves along.
The night train there, Steve.
Okay.
It's
not the midnight train to Georgia.
No, I was using a Guns N' Roses song.
All right, we got to go. For Paul Lee, I'm Steve. Enjoy the rest of the day, everybody. We'll talk to you again tomorrow. It's a great